Ladies and gentlemen, life doesn't just happen to us. It responds to the choices we make every single day. Success is not a mystery, and failure is not an accident. Both are the results of decisions repeated over time that shape who we become and what we achieve. Now, many people are looking for secrets, shortcuts, and overnight formulas. But I've learned something. It's not the big dramatic decisions that shape your life, but the consistent small choices you make day after day. And among them, there are 3 choices that decide your success in life. Choice #1. The choice of discipline over ease. You must decide whether you will do what is easy or do what is necessary. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Most people choose ease. They want comfort now, and so they pay the price later. But the successful few, they choose discipline. They do the reading when nobody is watching. They save a portion of their income when it would be easier to spend. They wake up early, study harder, practice longer. Discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. Every time you choose discipline, you are building strength, character, and momentum toward success. When it comes to success, there is one fundamental decision that separates the achievers from the dreamers, the leaders from the followers, and the fulfilled from the regretful: the decision to choose discipline over ease. Every day presents us with 1,000 little crossroads, and at each one we have a choice. Do we do what is easy, or do we do what is necessary? Do we follow the path of least resistance, or do we embrace the challenge of discipline? Most people, if they are honest, choose ease. And it's not hard to see why. Ease is comfortable. Ease is tempting. Ease gives you instant gratification, the warm feeling of rest, the sweet taste of indulgence, the short-term reward that requires little effort. But ease comes with a price, and the bill always arrives later. A life of ease now becomes a life of regret tomorrow. A moment of indulgence today becomes a lifetime of consequences. Ease is attractive at first glance, but it is deceptive, because hidden behind its smile is a weight of disappointment. Discipline, on the other hand, is rarely attractive in the moment. It demands effort, sacrifice, and the willingness to say no to comfort. Discipline asks you to wake up earlier than you feel like. It requires you to save money when you would rather spend it. It pushes you to go for a run when you'd rather stay on the couch. It urges you to study, to practice, to prepare when no one is clapping, when no one is watching, when no one even knows what you are doing. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done, whether you feel like it or not. Now here's the truth that so many never discover. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is not suffering. Discipline is the most powerful gift you can give yourself. Discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Imagine standing years from now, looking back on your life, realizing that you had the potential, the talent, the opportunities, but you lacked the discipline to seize them. That realization is the heaviest burden a person can carry. Discipline is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter if you grew up poor, if you lacked opportunities, if you had setbacks. With discipline, you can change your story. Discipline allows the ordinary to become extraordinary. While talent may open the first door, discipline keeps you walking through door after door until you reach your destiny. You may not control your background, but you control your choices. And every choice to discipline yourself is a step toward freedom, growth, and success. Think about health. It is far easier to eat whatever you want, to neglect exercise, to push aside sleep, to give in to cravings. That is the easy road. But what happens? In the long run, the body breaks down, energy declines, medical bills rise, and regret sets in. Discipline says, no, I will eat with intention. I will exercise regularly. I will care for my body. Is it harder in the short term? Yes. But in the long term, it gives you vitality, strength, and longevity. The disciplined pay a little now to enjoy much later. The undisciplined enjoy a little now, but pay dearly later. Think about finances. Ease whispers, spend it now. You deserve it. Buy what you want. upgrade, indulge. But ease doesn't mention the stress of debt, the weight of financial chains, the anxiety of bills piling up. Discipline says save a portion of every dollar, invest for tomorrow. Live within your means. It may not give you instant pleasure, but it builds the foundation for financial freedom. One path gives you short-term comfort and long-term slavery. The other gives you short-term restraint and long-term liberty. Think about personal growth. Ease says you've done enough. Watch another show. Scroll through your phone. Don't push yourself. And yet, each time you choose ease, you stay the same. You don't stretch. You don't evolve. You don't prepare yourself for the opportunities that life might place in front of you. Discipline says, pick up the book, attend the seminar, study the craft, practice the skill, do the extra hour. And with every disciplined action, you expand your capacity, you sharpen your mind, you elevate your future. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not that one group has fewer problems. It's not even that one group has more opportunities. The difference is simply that successful people have learned to do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. They have learned to embrace discipline when others run from it. They have chosen the pain of preparation over the pain of regret. They have understood that every disciplined act compounds into a future reward. Let me give you an example. Imagine two men start at the same place. One decides to live by ease, the other by discipline. The man of ease wakes up late, checks his phone, wastes time, eats what he feels like, spends what he earns, and avoids the discomfort of growth. Day by day, he feels fine. But 5 years down the road, his health is declining, his finances are shaky, his opportunities are limited, and his spirit feels restless. The man of discipline wakes up early, reads, exercises, saves money, invests in learning, and controls his impulses. Day by day, it feels like work. But 5 years later, his health is strong, his wealth is growing, his opportunities are abundant, and his spirit is confident. 5 years apart, two entirely different lives. What made the difference? The daily choice of discipline over ease. Discipline is also the seed of self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build confidence. Every time you say, I will do it, and then you do it, you strengthen your belief in yourself. And confidence is not something others can give you. It is earned by consistency. The person who lives by ease, who breaks promises to themselves again and again, loses confidence. They stop believing in their own word. But the person who lives by discipline gains confidence because they know they can trust themselves to follow through. Another truth is that discipline is contagious. When you discipline yourself, you inspire others. A disciplined leader creates a disciplined team. A disciplined parent raises disciplined children. A disciplined friend challenges others to rise to the standard. And before long, the ripple effect of your personal discipline spreads into every corner of your relationships and community. So ask yourself, in every area of life, am I choosing discipline or ease? Am I doing the workout or skipping it? Am I saving or spending? Am I reading or scrolling? Am I practicing or procrastinating? Am I creating or consuming? Life is a mirror of these daily choices. The good news is that it's never too late to choose discipline. No matter how many times you've chosen ease in the past, today is a fresh chance. Success doesn't demand perfection. It demands consistency. Even small acts of discipline, repeated daily, compound into massive change. Start with one discipline, master it, and then add another. Over time, you'll look back and realize that discipline has built a fortress of strength around your life. And perhaps most importantly, discipline is not just about success, it's about freedom. People think discipline is restrictive, but in reality, it is the path to freedom. The disciplined person has financial freedom because they controlled their spending. The disciplined person has health freedom because they controlled their habits. The disciplined person has time freedom because they controlled their schedule. Discipline doesn't imprison you, it liberates you from the chains of regret, addiction, debt, sickness, and wasted potential. So remember this, every day you stand at the crossroads of ease and discipline. Choose discipline, and you choose growth. Choose discipline, and you choose strength. Choose discipline, and you choose success. The path may be difficult in the moment, but it is beautiful in the destination. Do not trade what you want most for what you want now. The future you will either thank you or blame you for the decisions you make today. And the first decision that shapes every other one is whether you will embrace discipline or surrender to ease. Choice #2. The choice of association. You will rise or fall based on the people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with negative, complaining, small-thinking people, you will inherit their lifestyle. But if you choose to associate with visionaries, doers, and dreamers, you will catch their fire, their energy, and their habits. Ask yourself, who am I becoming because of the people I spend time with? That answer will tell you your future. Choose your associations wisely. Learn to disassociate from people who pull you down and cultivate relationships that challenge you to grow. Remember, one conversation with the right person can change the trajectory of your entire life. One of the most powerful decisions you will ever make in life is who you choose to spend your time with. Every conversation, every friendship, every association is like a seed planted in the soil of your mind, and over time those seeds grow into habits, attitudes, and results. Your life, whether you realize it or not, is being shaped right now by the people you spend the most time with. Success is not just an individual effort, it is also a collective influence. You can have all the dreams in the world, but if you surround yourself with the wrong company, those dreams will wither. You can have all the determination in the world, but if your closest voices are negative, critical, or small-minded, your determination will weaken. Here's the truth. People rub off on you. Attitudes are contagious. Energy is transferable. Habits are shared. You cannot consistently spend time with people who think small and live carelessly without eventually picking up some of their thinking and behaviors. Likewise, you cannot consistently spend time with winners, leaders, dreamers, and builders without catching their energy, their ideas, and their mindset. Your associations are either pulling you up toward success or dragging you down toward mediocrity, and it is your choice which way it goes. Think about it. Who do you talk to most often? Who do you share your dreams with? Who do you spend your evenings and weekends around? Who do you take advice from? Whoever those people are, you are slowly becoming like them. You may not notice it day to day, but over time their values, their habits, and their outlook on life seep into your own. If you want to know where your life is heading, look at the people around you. They are the clearest mirror of your future. Many people underestimate this principle. They think they are immune to influence. They say, I can spend time with anyone. I know who I am. I won't be affected. But that's not how it works. No one is so strong that they can be around the wrong crowd consistently and not be influenced. You don't notice it in a day or even in a week, but over months and years, the people you associate with will either lift you up or hold you back. Like water dripping on stone, their influence wears on you until it changes your shape. You've heard the saying, show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. That's not just a catchy phrase, it's a law of life. If you surround yourself with people who are lazy, undisciplined, and unmotivated, it's only a matter of time before you find yourself lowering your standards to fit in. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, disciplined, positive, and visionary, you'll find yourself rising to meet their level. Your associations are like an elevator. They either take you up or take you down. Think of it like this. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If 4 of your closest friends are broke, chances are you'll be the 5th. If 4 of your closest friends are negative, gossiping and complaining, you'll be the 5th. But if 4 of your closest friends are wealthy, positive, and ambitious, you'll likely become the 5th. That's not magic, that's influence. Now, this doesn't mean you cut everyone out of your life who isn't successful or perfect. That's not the point. The point is to be intentional about your inner circle. Decide who gets the most of your time and who gets limited access. Some relationships are nurturing and others are draining. Some conversations fuel your growth while others poison your progress. And if you truly want success, you must protect your environment with the same care that a farmer protects his crops from weeds. There are 3 choices. When it comes to association, you can disassociate, you can limit association, or you can expand association. There are some people you simply must disassociate from. These are the ones who constantly pull you down, who tempt you toward destructive behavior, who belittle your dreams, and who add no value to your life. It doesn't matter if you've known them for years. If they are poisoning your future, you owe it to yourself to walk away. Some people you cannot afford to have in your life, no matter the excuse. Then there are people you may not need to remove completely, but must limit your association with. Maybe they are not destructive, but they are not growing either. Maybe they are content with average, and while you care about them, you cannot let their mediocrity become your ceiling. These are the people you see occasionally, but you don't let them dominate your hours, your thoughts, or your decision-making. And then there are those with whom you must expand your association. These are the mentors, the visionaries, the leaders, the encouragers. These are the people whose words inspire you, whose example challenges you, whose success stretches your imagination of what's possible. You should spend as much time with them as possible. If you don't know them personally, then learn from them through books, videos, seminars, and audios. Seek out people who are living the kind of life you want, and let their influence shape your path. The difference this makes is extraordinary. One conversation with the right person can change the direction of your life. One mentor can open your eyes to a new way of thinking. One supportive friend can push you to go after your dreams when you're ready to quit. That's the power of association. And if you neglect this principle, one wrong association can just as easily derail you. How many dreams have died because of one mocking voice? How many people gave up because someone close to them laughed at their vision? That is the price of careless association. When you choose your associations wisely, something else happens. Your standards rise. If everyone around you is striving for excellence, you naturally feel compelled to do the same. If your friends are studying, working hard, building businesses, investing wisely, you won't want to be the odd one out. Success becomes the standard, not the exception. And when mediocrity is not tolerated in your circle, it won't be tolerated in your life. But if your circle tolerates laziness, excuses, and small thinking, you will lower yourself to fit in. Humans crave acceptance, and if you're not careful, you'll sacrifice your potential just to belong. That's why you must belong to the right group. If you're going to conform, conform upward, not downward. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to be better, not people who make you comfortable staying the same. There's also another dimension, the emotional atmosphere of your associations. Some people bring light wherever they go, while others bring clouds. Some people energize you, while others drain you. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel inspired, uplifted, and ready to act? Or do you feel discouraged, anxious, and depleted? That feeling tells you all you need to know. Protect your energy, because it is the fuel of your success. Now here's a practical truth. You will never outgrow the need for better associations. No matter how successful you become, you must always look for people who are further ahead than you, who can stretch you even more. Growth never ends, and the best way to keep growing is to keep upgrading your circle. The company you keep today might be fine for this stage, but it may not be sufficient for your next level. Keep climbing, and keep surrounding yourself with climbers. At the end of the day, life is too short to spend it with people who don't inspire you, support you, or challenge you. Time is your most precious asset, and who you give it to matters. Your friends, your colleagues, your mentors, they are either building your future or stealing it, and you hold the power to decide which it will be. So choose wisely. Choose people who believe in growth, who speak with vision, who live with discipline, who walk with integrity. Choose people who remind you of your potential when you forget it yourself. Choose people who won't let you quit on your dreams. Because your associations are not just friends, they are architects of your destiny. Choice #3. The choice of learning and growth. Success doesn't come by accident. It comes by preparation. You must decide whether you will keep growing or stay the same. Formal education can make you a living, but self-education can make you a fortune. The difference between where you are now and where you could be in 5 years is the books you read, the mentors you follow, and the skills you develop. If you stop learning, you stop living. Every day is a chance to invest in your mind, sharpen your abilities, and expand your vision. Growth is the fuel that keeps success alive. One of the most life-defining choices a person can ever make is whether to keep growing or to stop. Growth is not automatic. Learning is not guaranteed. Just because you grow older does not mean you grow wiser. Age comes by default, but wisdom comes by decision. Success belongs to those who make the deliberate choice to keep learning, to keep stretching, to keep expanding their minds and their skills long after school is finished. The decision to pursue growth is the decision to remain alive, alert, and ready for the opportunities that the future holds. The tragedy for many is that they stop learning the moment they leave formal education. They think the diploma is the finish line. They graduate, they get a job, and then they settle into routine. They wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, watch television, go to bed, and repeat the cycle for years, sometimes decades. And all the while, their potential sits untapped, their dreams remain dormant, and their abilities slowly atrophy. They stop learning, and when they stop learning, they stop growing. The result is not just stagnation, but decline. Because in a world that is constantly moving forward, if you are standing still, you are actually falling behind. Learning and growth are choices that must be renewed daily. It is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. You must decide that every day will be an opportunity to learn something new, to sharpen your skills, to stretch your mind, to add value to yourself. The marketplace rewards value, and the more valuable you become, the more opportunities will chase you down. But value doesn't increase by chance. It increases by growth. If you want things to get better, you must get better. If you want things to change, you must change. And if you want things to improve, you must improve. That is the law of growth. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Formal education provides the basics. It teaches you how to read, how to write, how to calculate. But self-education is where you build wealth, wisdom, and a legacy. It's what you learn after you know it all that determines the true quality of your life. The difference between those who soar and those who struggle is not intelligence, but the decision to keep learning long after others have stopped. Consider how the world changes. Technology evolves, industries shift, new opportunities emerge. A skill that was valuable 10 years ago may be obsolete today. A strategy that worked last year may be irrelevant this year. If you stop learning, you lock yourself into the past, while the world keeps moving into the future. But if you commit to growth, you remain adaptable, relevant, and ready. Growth keeps you prepared for doors that haven't even opened yet. Growth ensures that when opportunity comes, you will not only recognize it, you will be qualified to seize it. Think about it this way. You cannot control the economy, but you can control your personal economy by investing in yourself. You cannot control the job market, but you can control your skills, your mindset, and your knowledge. You cannot control what the government does, but you can control your capacity to create value. Growth is the ultimate form of security. While others are shaken by uncertainty, the person committed to learning remains confident, because they know that no matter what changes, they can adapt and thrive. And growth is not limited to knowledge. It is also about character. To grow is to deepen your patience, to expand your kindness, to strengthen your discipline, to enlarge your vision. True success is not measured only by what you achieve, but by who you become in the process. And who you become is shaped by what you choose to learn. Growth of the mind leads to growth of character, and growth of character leads to a life of significance. Some people think learning stops when the teacher leaves the classroom. But the truth is, life itself is the classroom, and experience is the greatest teacher. Every day provides lessons if you are willing to see them. Failure is a teacher. Success is a teacher. Pain is a teacher. People are teachers. A wise person extracts lessons from every situation, while a foolish person repeats the same mistakes over and over. Growth is not about avoiding mistakes. It is about learning from them and using them as stepping stones to wisdom. Growth also requires humility. You cannot learn if you already believe you know it all. The moment pride closes the door, growth cannot enter. The greatest learners are those who remain teachable no matter how much they achieve. They understand that there is always more to know, always more to discover, always more to master. A full cup cannot receive more water. Likewise, a proud heart cannot receive more wisdom. If you want to grow, you must stay humble, hungry, and open. The wonderful thing about choosing growth is that it compounds. A little learning every day accumulates into extraordinary wisdom over time. Read 10 pages of a good book every day, and in a year you've read over 3,000 pages. Listen to 20 minutes of audio every day, and in a year you've listened to over 100 hours of instruction. Practice your skill every day, and in a year you've invested hundreds of hours in mastery. Small acts of consistent growth multiply into greatness. And the opposite is also true. Neglect compounds. A day of not learning feels harmless. A week of not growing feels minor. But months and years of neglect create a vast gap between what you are and what you could have been. The time will pass either way. The question is, will you use it to grow or to coast? One path leads to expansion, the other to erosion, and it all comes down to your choice. Think about the leaders, the innovators, the people you admire. What sets them apart? It is not luck. It is not simply talent. It is their insatiable hunger to keep learning, to keep improving, to keep evolving. They never arrive because they know arrival is the enemy of growth. They remain students, even at the height of success. And because of that, they keep rising higher while others plateau. Growth is also contagious. When you commit to learning, you inspire those around you to do the same. A growing leader creates a growing team. A growing parent raises growing children. A growing friend challenges others to rise. Your decision to grow is not just for you. It ripples into your family, your workplace, your community. You lift others by lifting yourself. So what does choosing growth look like in practice? It means reading daily, not just for entertainment, but for transformation. It means listening to mentors, whether in person or through their books and teachings. It means asking questions, being curious, seeking feedback. It means embracing change instead of resisting it. It means replacing I know with I am learning. It means building habits that feed your mind and spirit instead of numbing them. It also means being willing to invest in yourself. Some people hesitate to buy books, attend seminars, or pay for courses, but think nothing of spending hundreds on entertainment. That is a choice. And that choice reveals priorities. Entertainment gives you escape for a moment. Education gives you growth for a lifetime. One fills your time. The other shapes your future. Ultimately, the choice to learn and grow is a choice to honor your potential. You were not born to stay the same. You were born to become, to expand, to evolve into the fullest version of yourself. Growth is the process of uncovering that potential and turning it into reality. Every time you choose to learn, you are choosing a bigger future. Every time you refuse, you are settling for less than you were meant to be. So decide today. Never stop growing. Never stop learning. Make growth your lifelong companion, your daily discipline, your unshakable commitment. Because the moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. And the moment you choose growth is the moment you set yourself on the path of lasting success, fulfillment, and impact. So my friends, remember this. Your life is not determined by luck, but by choices. And the three choices that decide your success are these. Choose discipline over ease. Choose the right associations. Choose learning and growth. Make these choices every day, not once in a while, but consistently. Do this, and your success will not be a matter of chance. It will be a matter of certainty. The future is not something we wait for. The future is something we create. And you create it by the choices you make today.